Reminder, you can join me. That's Cakes at Gold's Gym, and only this Friday. Yes, this Friday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Stop by during your lunch break and take the Battle Ropes Challenge with my trainer, Tony. Win some great giveaways. That's Gold's Gym in Olney. 18330 Village Center Drive from 11 until 1 in the O-Town. I hope to see you there.
Told you this Sunday, I believe the Gold's Gym is changing your physique a little bit. It looks like you trimmed down a little bit already.
Well, it should.
Have you?
I'm there like 6 days a week.
Have you been able to do a pull-up yet?
No. my man Tony saw that the struggle was real with the pull-up like a week and a half ago, and he's having me do baby steps.
Because I don't know what the ropes challenge is, but for some reason when you said it this time,
well, it's battle ropes. Have you seen the Cam Newton commercial, like the beach
just
commercial?
those type
of
ropes.
You're doing.
Okay.
You got your arms out here like this, and you're huffing puffing.
I didn't like the Aaron
know that was called
Rodgers,
battle
the
ropes.
bikini arms.
The battle ropes that Aaron Rodgers is doing with the chick's hair.
Yeah, I've done that at the gym. I was just
It's not
thinking that
climbing
when
a
we
rope.
were
No chance.
in elementary school, we used to have to climb that rope.
I'm sure I ever made it
Which,
to the
by
top
the
of the
way,
rope.
Had to have been unsafe because if you get to the top and you
you
fell,
fall, you're
it was
done.
like 20 feet.
Well, that was gym class in the 70s. The rules
think they
back
do
then
that
were
anymore.
they allow you to play dodgeball too and Greek dodge and throw the ball as hard as you could at the geek's head 3 feet away from you across the line. You can't do that anymore. It's not allowed.
I don't think there are any
allow you
ropes
to
in my
play
kids'
Greek
school.
dodge?
I think dodgeball has been banned in a lot of schools.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
can't do?
That's silly.
Or I never could do? I could always do the ropes. I could do pull-ups, presidential physical fitness, all that stuff. But we had that stupid peg thing.
Well,
I'm sure that you could
that's
take
like
two
Ninja
pegs
Warrior.
and just go up the wall.
That's
I'm
Ninja
sure
Warrior
you could do
stuff.
that.
That's like
Yeah,
what's the one? The salmon ladder. Is that what they
Yes.
call it?
I can't remember the name.
Those
but I
guys
know
are
what you're talking
unbelievable.
about.
That's
where
sick.
you
They're
take the
unbelievable.
where you take the bar.
Yeah.
It's like a 4 foot long bar.
just jump up
and you just use your upper body
Yeah.
strength, which I
Salmon
have
ladder.
none of.
Yeah.
And you just keep going up the pegs. You can't do
By the way,
that.
JP, where are we going to be on Saturday?
We're going to be at the Sleep Number store, Gainesville, Virginia.
Time?
That's a repeat appearance because we were there several months ago.
Yeah.
We're going to be there from noon until 2. Stop by, say hello, get some prizes, lay on a Sleep Number bed.
Hold on, so you guys get to lay in a sleep number bed, and I got to do battle ropes for 2 hours at Gold's Gym?
You got to work
I'm
for your money.
I'm losing on this game.
And that Sleep Number store is in a nice little plaza with
Lot
some
of
good
restaurants.
spots to eat.
yeah,
good
you guys
spot.
can get like Auntie Anne's pretzels.
What's the Peruvian chicken place I like? It's right next
Nando's?
to it. Yeah, I love
Nando's
that place.
Katy Perry Perry?
I love that place.
It's so good.
So I mentioned Lance Armstrong, and
I think you exaggerated a little bit. He's not a pedophile. I mean, there are a lot of worse
He's a bad
people.
guy. He's a bad guy.
well, you've said it before. You've called him one of the worst humans on the planet.
But I don't think this is indicative of it. I think anybody would have done this, actually.
Anybody would have done this? Well, this is
I
what
wouldn't,
happened if
I
you
wouldn't be
haven't
averse
heard.
to pulling this move.
Lance Armstrong and his girlfriend, Anna Hansen, were caught in a lie about a driving incident in December where their vehicle hit 2 parked cars and they
Ooh.
left the scene.
That's bad.
Here are the details. Aspen police say Armstrong's car was identified as the one that hit 2 parked cars December 29th and left before police arrived in the scene. The girlfriend initially took the blame, said she was driving the car.
Because
She
Lance,
claimed
'Cause he was
they
hammered.
returned on foot after hitting the cars, and she offered to pay for the damage. She also said she was driving because Lance had been drinking.
you think he
Now-
would
The
now-
interesting
Hold on,
part
okay,
is
that's not indicative
Now,
of the worst
I'll say
person
this.
on earth.
I'll say this. If
That's a stretch.
I don't drink and drive. I'm responsible as far as going out, have a few drinks, have to drive home. But if I were ever in a scenario where I'd had too much to drink and my wife is with me, and I were to drive up to a sobriety checkpoint, it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility that I would think, hey, Aim, why don't you hop over here into the seat? Because I know you've had like a quarter of a glass of wine. I've had like
Well,
5
they're
drinks.
looking for that.
I
but-
know they're looking for it, but that's the way my mind would think.
listen
I would
to-
try to get out of it.
Listen to how this developed. And all I'm doing is, EB, we could play the tape on this show. You've called him one of the worst humans on the planet. I said he continues to be
But
one of the
this
worst
is
humans
not.
on the
This
planet.
is not indicative of it.
Using your words,
Brad,
EB.
where's your Livestrong bracelet?
He's a bad guy.
That's a different
but I-
incident.
He's a bad
Yep.
guy, but I would do the exact same thing.
Right.
Listen,
This example is a poor example of that.
Again, continue to use your words. You're going to nitpick the sentence that said he's
Why are
continuing
you
to be
guys-
one of the worst
why
humans
are
on the
you
planet.
arguing about it?
He wants to fight him using his words.
No,
Because that's what they do.
No,
That's-
because
I'm
hold
using
on.
his words, Lurch. He's
Yes,
called
I
Lance
agree.
Armstrong one of the worst humans on the planet. I
But
said he
not
continues to be.
But
and
this is not
another
evidence
example.
of that. I'm arguing with your logic. You're
Okay, so
making
you
an
think he's being a
illogical
good
statement.
human? No,
No, I
not.
don't think you are.
I think this is natural
This
for
is-
any guy to do this.
Yes, this is not
Especially
a
if you're in the
continuation
public eye.
of previous behavior.
A police investigator didn't buy the story, like off the bat, but listen how the story changed. It's kind of hilarious. So she's confronted with the new information. They say, look, we have video. We know that we have the valet and we have video. Armstrong got in the car as the driver. You weren't driving when you left. And then she said, oh, we stopped at a store. And then when we stopped at the store, we switched seats.
Yeah.
Then 2 days later, she had to change the story again. And finally, much like Lance Armstrong years later, said, you know what? Got me.
No.
Yeah.
Lance was driving
Lance
the
was the
whole
worst
time.
person on earth because he threw all these people under the bus. He accused other people of all of these false things. That is why I said, not because of this. I think normal guys could do
I
this.
understand that, but he's continuing the behavior of throwing people under the bus. In this case, he's throwing the girlfriend under the bus.
Yeah.
True, but are they married?
No, they're a girlfriend.
No. Okay.
She said it was her husband, but whatever.
If all it's going to do is cost them money from the insurance, and the insurance is going to cover that, obviously, if that's all it's going to cost, saying that your girlfriend's driving versus going to jail and having to go through the lawyers and all that nonsense, it's definitely positive EV to throw your girl under the bus in that situation.
I'm with you.
You have to do that.
Do you think it's easy being Lance Armstrong right now?
No, you kidding me?
No, and he did it for himself. He did it to himself.
Yeah, but I don't think it bothers him. He's just a bad dude. It doesn't affect him.
Like that picture he took
out partying
with all the yellow jerseys. He's such a dick.
He's out partying all the
He's
time.
a terrible human. But I will say this again. I actually respect what he said a couple weeks ago.
He said he'd do it again.
He said he'd do it again. Of course, he had all the fame. He got to compete. It got him all that
Got
fame.
endorsements,
He said,
millions.
What do you want me to do? Work at a bike shop the rest of my life?
Right, putting kickstands on bikes.
It's literally the dumbest question ever.
Selling bike chains.
Yeah, I mean, come on. He got to live his dream.
He is such a POS though that he tried. I mean, he destroyed. What's the guy's name that won it legitimately
Floyd
years
Landis.
before? No, not Floyd Landis.
Greg
What after?
LeMond.
Yeah, he destroyed
Oh,
Greg
yeah,
LeMond's like business and career.
No. He's
and
a
just
bad guy.
completely besmirched all
I
these
know, but
people, ruined their lives.
He's partying in Aspen. He still goes to all these parties. People still invite him places.
Yeah, he's got all the
Didn't he
money
have
in the
to
world.
turn over all his money?
Nah, he had plenty.
Oh, I think he's got money.
He had to turn in the jerseys.
Who cares?
I mean, he lost some
yellow
endorsements.
jersey.
He lost some
I don't even
endorsements.
know he had to
It's
turn
like
that
Rudy.
in.
They're all turning in the jerseys.
Right, give him 6 yellow shirts. Who
But
kids are
if
crap.
your girlfriend, if Jess is
you get to keep 100 million.
yeah, if your girlfriend or wife is sober as a baby, right? And you've got about 12 in you, and you hit a couple cars, obviously you're going to switch seats, or at least say,
You're going to think about it.
or at least
minimum.
say that your girlfriend or wife was driving.
Now, we're not saying that's the right thing to do.
No.
We're just saying that's
We're just saying that's
Well,
how
they
they
also left
That's
the
how
scene.
the male brain works.
They left the scene.
Yeah, they lied to the cops. They
If
did
you're
all that
getting
stuff.
parked cars, you're leaving the scene.
I've told this story before.
Well, no,
My
but
brother at the University of Maryland backed into a car, pummeled it. Called me.
Pummeled it or just a little dent?
No, he pummeled it. Okay? Pummeled it. Called me and said, what about, he was over tagging his girl. And he said, what should I do? And I said, I looked at the situation.
Just gotta leave.
And I looked around. I said, get out of here.
This is like pre-video era.
Yeah, I said, get
Yeah,
out of
you
here.
know,
Because nowadays
What
they'd
am I
have the
gonna do?
video.
What am I going to do? Call campus police and turn
Wise
yourself
sage
in?
advice by you from an older brother.
What am I going to call campus police? I said, get out of here. What do you mean? What do you do? I looked at the situation. I said, get out of here.
That's a normal reaction.
Yeah.
How long did that take, by the way?
10
Make that
seconds.
From the
deduction.
moment, from the moment that he called,
Yeah. Till I got there,
So you
15
got
minutes. 15 minutes. It was
almost
like
15 minutes, those people could have gone to their car.
we were railing. It was 2 a.m. I mean,
Oh.
it was go home time.
Was he drunk?
No,
No, he wasn't.
no.
I'm
But
surprised he
he
even
was-
needed to
he's just
ask
stupid.
anybody
He was just
else.
a terrible driver.
Just clueless.
Right, he's a terrible driver.
Now, they did
He
leave the
was stopping
scene.
for Slurpee.
Probably. Yeah.
JP, they did leave the scene, but she did go up to the guys and knock on the door and say that she hit the cars.
They came back. Sounded to me, I mean, I don't have
thought
all the details. It sounded to me like it was like they might have had some second thoughts afterwards because it looks, the story that I read, it seemed like they hit the cars, they left the scene,
Yeah.
and then they came back later.
Oh, I didn't
Or
know that.
she came back later.
I thought she just went right up to the door and said, hey, I'll pay for it. I was driving. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, you're right. Came up to the home
Yep.
and said, I'm Anna. We're the Armstrongs. My husband's Lance. He was just driving maybe too fast around the corner or something.
Right.
My-
She failed to mention the fact that he was saddled up to the bar.
Why did she say that? Why did she have to even say who Lance was? Why would she
Well,
say
shocker,
that?
it wasn't Lance who did it.
Well, of course not. Why would he? Don't want to risk going to jail. I would have done the same damn thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Is it
whatever.
that hard to get an Uber driver out in Aspen or a limo driver? Drive you around. Take the safe route.
The thing about Lance that makes him a bad person is that he used the cancer medications to cover up his doping.
Oh, it's
Well,
a
it's
million
also that
things.
he took.
It's a million
It's that
things.
that he took down people because he was powerful.
Right.
No, but he was using his cancer to cover up
To shield.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was a big thing. It was a big
That's the
thing.
big
Like the
thing.
sympathy for the fact that he raised money justified the evil. You know. And of course.
Oh, he's obviously a bad dude.
Where
But
have all the yellow silicone bracelets gone? Do you ever see anybody wearing Livestrong bracelets these days?
I still see people wearing those.
It was a great message.
Absolutely.
It's a great message. Terrible message.
But nobody's wearing them in 2015.
No. Drabby was wearing
They're probably not
pants because
buying
he
them.
got some on discount.
I know my father is wearing one right now.
Your dad's still wearing a
Still
Livestrong
rocking it.
bracelet?
Ship them all to Spokane, Washington. He'll take them
Is that right?
for sure. Last one on that train.
It's a good message. It's just a terrible messenger.
Yeah. Good ambassador, by the
But
way.
again, the underlying point is you would do the same thing.
I think it's,
I would.
I think it's
I
bad.
would
If
consider
Teresa was sober and I had just hit 2 cars
Yeah.
and I knew the cops were coming,
Yeah. So you
I'm-
know what,
I'm
honey? This is not good for you, but you're doing it for the greater
You're
good.
not condoning it.
I can deal with the insurance increase.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jail.
Exactly.
But just to be clear, you're not condoning the behavior. You're just understanding it.
Okay, if that's the way you want to put it, yes.
Yes. And people shouldn't do it.
Well, people shouldn't get behind the wheel
Of course.
initially.
Exactly.
But if you're in that position,
Yes. You have to
right,
consider
if you
all
want
the
to make your life a
possibilities.
little easier,
no.
do what Lance
it's
did.
just being kind of silly.
Yeah, okay.
Jason's being a little silly.
sure.
But you probably get caught because if I'm a cop,
They
I
Yeah, I
roll
mean,
the
if there's
scene,
cameras
They
everywhere.
always get you.
the king of Ashford says, this is the passenger seat.
Well, I mean, everyone has cameras. There's cameras on every street block, on every street corner.
The thing is, it would be likely if my car was involved in an incident that my wife was driving because, first of all, she's hit people, and secondly, I don't drive. I always make
You've
her
hit
drive.
people too.
She's hit people
2
or hit
bicycles,
cars.
2 guys on bikes.
What is she blind?
She had the blind spot. There's one
Remember,
of those turns.
EB hit a donk right in front of the station
Yeah.
when we were in Fairfax.
Well, that guy had it coming. He
And
was
then you
walking on the
actually-
sidewalk.
Didn't you do a hit and run, and then you went around the block and
felt
you started
bad.
feeling guilty?
Well, because he jumped up on my hood. He was all bitter.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, see ya. And then I felt bad, and I drove back. I said, you all right, man? And he gave me the finger. And then I was like,
Get
"You're
out
good."
of here, Sonny! You almost ran me over.
Yeah.
You all right, man?
So it's all good. I mean, it was kind of his fault, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did hit him.
Isn't it embarrassing to have your wife drive you around everywhere?
I like it. I like to sleep. I really loathe driving. I'm not a big fan of it. I like
You're not
rest.
far from the driverless
It-
car
it's-
era, EB.
It started, to be honest with you, Drab, it started when we started doing mornings. I'm being 100%
I know, but you're supposed to be the
honest.
leader in the family and take charge, and you're just
Nah, my wife's
Kinda
pretty much
hurting.
the leader.
He likes getting ferried around by his wife.
Yeah. I could just consider it driving Miss Daisy, and I'm Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that. If you see us on the highway or on Rockville Pike or in Kensington, if you see an Asian driver and some random white guy in the passenger seat, that's us. That's us. That's
See, I
me.
like to,
have a
I
problem
like
with
to
it.
drive.
I like to drive too.
Because my wife's not a great driver, and I just don't feel comfortable with her driving. A little bit clueless sometimes,
Yeah, that's okay.
especially if we have the kids in the car. I'd rather be in total control of that.
You're way more of a control freak than I am. I'm okay with
Well,
it.
again,
Guy's in the outfield telling his daughter
Yeah.
to move
You're
over 2
way
steps.
more
no, that's true.
controlling.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'm a way better driver too.
I just know that if I'm not on a Junkies road trip in Florida driving you guys, I'm a really good driver. That's because that's when I like to drive.
The only time you're a bad driver is when you're driving with us.
Only when I'm in territory that I'm not really familiar with.
Because you weren't with us when you were in California going the wrong way on the highway.
That did happen. And I'm just lucky to be here. Lucky to be alive.
Funny story.
Happy to still be alive.
Phone number is 800-636-1067. We'll talk some puck. The morning skate with Brooks Light from the Capitals is coming up at 8:40 on the Fan.
106.